He pulled out of Jack's parking lot and a car pulled up. They threw some things at him. So he was like, Mom, I got wienered tonight. Hey, y'all, I'm Mitzi.
And I'm Mollie. And we're about to watch our first episode coming up. And when we recorded it, we went back and watched it and realized there were some things that we left out. We also realized we seemed kind of somber, just solemn. But I kind of wanted to explain that. We had been to a really awesome event. Mm-hmm. It was a great event. Wonderful, wonderful. And hopefully we'll have somebody come tell you more about it and how you can help with that event. But we had been to an event called Shylee Smiles. And it's where local cancer patients are given a financial blessing. Mm-hmm. So we had been talking about that. And we were a little solemn for a little while. But we want you to sit with us through the episode. And it gets better. You definitely want to watch till the end because there is something about wieners. What?
Don't give it away.
Weinered, past tense. Weinered.
Well,
okay. So you do want to stick with us. We just want to let you know it was kind of like for a while because of that event. But the event was actually wonderful. We were just saddened a little bit by what people are going through and what families are going through because we can both relate to it. But later, you will hear more about Shylee Smiles and what they do for our community and how wonderful.
I think this year they helped about 15 to 17 families. Crazy.
It was something like that. I gave them each $7,500, and what a blessing that is to them. So it was a wonderful event. But I just kind of wanted to say, we were a little bit at first, but we even forgot to introduce ourselves. And I thought that might be important. So
okay, well, I'm Mitzi, and I'm a teacher. I've been teaching for over 20 years. I've been married to my husband. He's right there behind the scenes. Pretty cute sitting there. And we have 3 children. Our oldest daughter's 20. We have a son that's 17. And our little girl that's 10. And that's about it about me.
That's not about it because
what else do I have?
Those 3 kids are great.
Well,
kids.
They are great.
I had them all in class. If I could clone them all, I would. They're good kids. And she's not going to say that, but I'm going to say it because I can.
Well, I am proud of them. I'm proud of my little family.
You should be.
And I feel like we're really, really blessed. Mm-hmm. We are.
And I'm Mollie. I've been married for almost 23 years to the man behind the camera who is wonderful, amazing, can do all the things. And he's the reason this is happening right now, actually. Yes. Because all we do is talk. Like, literally all we do is just talk and drink coffee and let Graham drop his wet toys in our lap.
Yeah.
So anyway, Christian, can I say your name?
Yeah.
Okay, Christian. His name's Christian. And then I have Keaton, who's 22, just turned 22. And then Noah, who is about to turn 17 in just a couple weeks. And Graham, who is about to turn 4 in September. And you will see Graham the most, actually. He's the toddler. And I also had to say something else. I got a lot to say.
Well, I think your boys are great, too. Now, I haven't had an opportunity to teach all of them, but I taught
one of them,
the oldest. Mm-hmm. And, Graham's my best friend.
Yes. All 3 boys are great.
And your youngest, he's best friends with my son. So they're great friends, and they're just, they're like one of our own.
Yeah, of course. And
what else do you have to say?
What I was going to say was, in our first episode, we did a product review.
Oh.
Okay, disclaimer. I guess this is supposed to be technical stuff. But Goldbond does not pay us, and we do not pay them.
It'd be nice if they did.
Will you email them? Mm-hmm. Email them.
We could.
Awesome. So our product is a Goldbond product, and you will see that if you watch toward the end, it may be in the middle. I can't remember. It's somewhere in the first episode that you're really going to enjoy. But
who do you think created that?
Goldbond? Mm-hmm. Well, we learned that somewhere. I learned it that your ancestors.
You think it was James Bond?
You think Mr. Bond's created?
James Bond.
Mr. Bond's.
There's no S on there.
No, there's not. He could have,
Like,
but he's younger. Goldbond's an old product because I remember seeing that mustard yellow in my grandmother's bathroom.
really? I don't.
Am I making that up?
I don't know.
I think
I don't
Goldbond's
know.
a pretty.
I don't think my grandmother had that. She had like.
Well, maybe she didn't have a rash. Maybe Granny had a rash. I do not know.
She probably did because one time.
At band camp.
No, it's not. But one time when we were really little.
When
we were really little, my grandmother and grandfather took me and my brother to the beach because my mom had just had my sister. And so they were just kind of taking us away so that they'd have a little break. And she might have had a rash because we got to the beach and she had her bathing suit on.
Graham's doing some stuff, but it's
Hey,
fine.
Graham.
It's fine.
She had her bathing suit on, and under her bathing suit
Was a rash.
no, she had her pantyhose on. in the sand so she probably got a rash. Why did she do that? Like I was like, oh, Graham.
Granny wore her pantyhose a
Graham.
lot. She said they made her legs look tan. Okay,
Well, that's why she wore them because she didn't want to look white.
I found a fact.
She probably got some sand.
Are you ready for this? The font is a little bigger than I thought, so I can read it. Goldbond, the skincare brand, has its roots in 1882. When physicians of the Rhode Island State Medical Association first developed the formula. It was purchased by Arthur W. Guilford in 1908.
That's nothing like Goldbond.
Guilford Goldbond.
Well, I will say this. It would be very hard for me to buy lotion that was named Guilford.
You're correct.
Is that
Arthur Guilford. Okay, but
that's a terrible.
I
a
thought
great
that
name.
maybe it was
It's a great name.
somebody's last name because your ancestors supposedly have something to do with their surname has something to do with their occupation or career. So we kind of like, do you think Arthur's parents dug up gold in California? No.
I'm still going with James Bond.
Okay.
Maybe that was his. Maybe it was his grandmother,
Or his,
and she had a rash because she wore pantyhose
or it could have been
under her bathing suit.
He appreciated his bail bondsman because he was once in jail. Bond,
Oh yeah, could
bail bond, but jail bond, bail bond.
be. What?
Something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't have
haven't
any money
been
for
to jail,
that.
so I don't know.
Look, if you go to, I'll find some money to get you out if you go.
You'll find some.
Yeah,
Because it's a
if
possibility.
it- I'll just have to borrow it. That's my life.
I don't have money in my lunch account.
That's probably like 90% Americans. We just borrow money
Yeah,
and just
well.
make a payment.
It happens. So,
You don't even have money in your lunch
Oh,
account at school?
no, I'm always owing money. Yeah. So here's something else I got to say about Gold Bond. The products that we review could help you with a second job if you're an educator or you're in education and your paycheck is not extravagant. You could get another job using the product that we review in the first episode.
So what kind of job is that? What did you do? Did you do something? You did, didn't you?
I tried.
You tried.
I tried.
You got scared?
I did get scared, actually. So you can send in pictures of your feet to websites and
People buy
people
that?
buy it. Supposedly they like when you like squish them in mud.
Oh, that makes me like, I don't like that.
They like it.
I don't.
They'll buy
it's
it.
Gonna,
Who cares? They'll buy it.
It's
Squish them
going
in mud
between
and
your
get
toes.
you some money.
It's going.
Go to McDonald's and get you some chicken nuggets because you got money off of your feet squished in
Why would I go to
No,
McDonald's to buy chicken nut? Wait.
because you have extra money.
So you're saying that I can't even afford chicken nuggets? Gee.
Well, I mean, it depends on what count you get, I guess. If you get that 10 count, it's out.
Well, now, if
you
you go-
better be squishing some
Well, if you go
mud.
to Chick-fil-A, you might have to get.
If you go to Chick-fil-A, you probably a doctor or lawyer. That's all I know.
Oh, I love Chick-fil-A.
I
but
do love it, but it's
I had
expensive.
to get a coupon.
We got way off right there.
Yeah,
but anyway,
sorry.
you can send your pictures in. I tried it. I did. It's a confession, and I'm sorry. But I tried it because teachers need some extra money. And I got all the way to the point where they asked me for numbers, like information. Like
your did they ask for your social security number?
I can't remember if they asked for my social, my driver's license, my account information.
Whatever it was scared you off.
It scared me off. And I was like, .com? No.
Well,
shoot. I mean, it's true. We're real people on here. Don't judge.
I'm the last person to judge
Nobody
you.
would see your face.
Putting your feet in mud, that I draw the line right there.
Okay, nobody would see my face.
Okay.
That's all I know. That's what I know. And then if I go to the beach.
You going to put them in the sand?
And think people will see them and recognize them? Because I'm going to wear boots.
They might. It was that guy we saw at the beach that time. They'd recognize his foot anywhere.
I'm wearing boots to the beach, and that's what that song "Sand in My Boots" was written after. Because I decided that I was going to wear boots at the beach.
You wear your pantyhose.
I can. Because sand probably wouldn't get in those.
Pantyhose? Yeah, they would. They would. They're really pantyhose. But if you're like from Alabama, you go pantyhose.
Graham scratch.
My granny got some pantyhose.
And she wears them to the beach.
She did.
Okay. Well, I hope you enjoy our first episode.
Yes.
That's our long introduction that went way off a rabbit trail, and that's probably going to happen a lot, but it is what it is.
That's the way we are.
And if you see pictures of feet and you think they're mine,
they're not.
Could be.
They're not.
Could be. Depends on how much information the website wants.
Especially if they're in mud.
They could be mine.
Yeah, they need to subscribe.
Subscribe to our channel, and you will learn so much more, and you will get so much advice.
Yes.
We have so much advice.
We've
legit.
lived a long time together.
It's legit.
If we add our years together, we've
If
lived
we
a
add
long.
them,
do you know how to? Can you do
we
that?
talked together for 15 years, so 15 plus 15 is 30.
It is.
We've lived a long time.
I was thinking like our ages.
You said if you add them together.
I'm thinking our ages together.
What you meant?
No, that's not what I meant.
You said if you add them together.
Okay, we've got to let them.
But do you appreciate that I added that correctly?
Yes,
okay,
I do.
thanks.
But we've got to let them watch the first episode because
Watch it.
they've got to see the ending.
All the way to the end.
They do.
And you could be a foot model too.
Well,
there's that. Shoot.
Mollie and Mitzi and Mollie. One thinks she's smart and one thinks she's funny.
Which one is which? You'll never know. Let's just listen to the show. Let's just listen to the show.
Mollie and I taught together for 15 years. Good 15 years.
It's great. It's great. 15 years.
Prior to that, we knew of each other, but I don't think we were like really close at the time. We were acquaintance, right?
Yeah. We knew each other. I wouldn't say we hung out.
No.
We had mutual friends.
We did.
Just different interests, so different groups. Then we
Right.
started teaching together, and it's like peas and carrots.
Peas and carrots. I like that one.
I told my people.
I was thinking 2 peas in a pod.
Well, I told my friends at school today if I was a frog, I'd share my bugs with you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I saw it on the
Well,
Facebook.
talking about frogs, one of my kids told me today, he said, did you know that a frog could jump higher than the Eiffel Tower? And I was like, really? He said, yeah, because the Eiffel Tower can't jump.
That's true. He's not wrong.
Sorry.
So,
Yeah, that's a good joke. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot of things I think that people want to hear about, maybe have in common with us.
oh yeah, young, middle-aged, older. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, and it's maybe stuff that you wouldn't normally just sit and talk about, but we're going to say it. So we also got some product reviews to do and some funny stories to tell.
We do.
I think you'll enjoy sitting and talking with us for a while. For those that are listening that don't know us, we're from this little town, North Alabama. If you know where Zip City is, we're close to that.
Well, shoot.
Florence.
Yeah.
We're in Florence. So if you know where Zip
Zip
City is,
City.
close to that. Florence.
Zip City all the way. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. Everybody should know where that is. So if they know where that is, that's kind of where we live.
Mm-hmm. And we'll talk about things and we'll have some subjects that we're going to talk about, but we'll also hopefully in the future have people call in or maybe even have some guests. Mm-hmm. I know that we have some former students that might want to talk to us.
Maybe share some memories. And then
I'm not sure about all those memories.
Hey, that jingle jangle you hear is Graham's caller. And I'm sorry because there he is.
Right there he is.
So maybe also get some suggestions what listeners want us to talk about. Because we'll talk about pretty much anything. What's our rating?
Well, I'm hoping we stay at PG-13, maybe and a half, about 13 and a half.
Okay. PG-13.5.
It's the same. But, just go with PG-13.
PG-13 through 14.
So, would that be a PG-13 in, hey, Graham, I love you too. See, he's so sweet. He brings me his toys. Yes, they're going to go on my lap. They're all on my lap. One's attached.
Well, it happens.
So would that be a PG-13 of 2025, or would it be a PG-13 of
like
the
80?
1980s?
Because that's different. I would say I don't know. I think each episode is going to be a little different.
Okay, because those are two different things.
Yeah,
I
agree.
things.
They kind of have changed over the years, but so have we.
Yeah, I was looking at that today. I was like,
So we kind of decided on a little topic for this first episode. We kind of want to talk about like generations, the different. Sorry about that. The different generations, what they have in common, kind of their characteristics, because we're actually in different generations.
but we're only 2 years apart.
Yeah. So
I'm Generation X.
well,
there's
that. That's what
Graham.
It's fine.
Hey, Graham.
Okay, so
I'm Generation X, and you get those readers out.
I can't.
Because
these are
look,
small.
I've got them right here too. It's all right. We're here.
Okay, so
that's where we are.
Your Generation X, because that's 1965 to 1980. So anybody that's listening,
I don't like that first part though. 65. Let's just okay.
But we might have some. We need to.
Yes, because you know what, Generation X, we hear you out there. Okay,
we feel you.
I'm your girl on that. I'm your girl.
Generation X, often described as independent, adaptable, and resourceful. They value work-life balance and are comfortable with technology.
I think. I mean, you think about my generation. I mean, your generation too, but we know life without technology.
Yeah.
And we're able to adapt. Gosh, that's so 1965 to 1980.
Yeah, able to adapt. So I guess that's the key. Adaptable. You did not start out using technology a lot, but you adapted.
Of course,
to it. Okay.
Of course, I did not. Mm-hmm.
And so I would be a millennial. Often seen as tech savvy. That's a no for me. Collaborative, yes. Optimistic, absolutely. Valuing experiences and social impact, yes.
Okay.
But I think I identify a little more with Generation X. Hang on, let me see something else.
Read Generation X one more time for me.
Often described as independent, adaptable, and resourceful. They value work-life balance and are comfortable with technology.
Okay. I mean, I think at a time, I feel like I am comfortable to a certain extent with technology. All those other things I can do. Like, I think about my parents. And I think about like when they are trying to do things on the computer, they're scared.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault. And
But they're baby boomers.
right, they are.
Correct?
But
They're known for optimism, ambition, and strong work ethic. They often value teamwork and
so what is
loyalty.
well,
That's
I
a
could
good
say
one.
that. So what's the year for baby boomers?
1946 to 1964.
1946 to 64. Okay. That'd be them.
Okay, here's what I'm noticing. The one before that is traditionalist, and that one's like strong work ethic. Baby boomers, strong work ethic. Generation X, that's starting to like
So we don't
dissipate
have
little
a
bit.
strong work
I think
ethic?
that's our view. I think that's a view that people, as the younger the generations get,
The work ethic decreases.
I think maybe because millennials says nothing about working. That's me. Generation Z, digital natives, highly connected, independent, value authenticity. I'm not tech savvy. I don't go with that at all. But let me read this.
Okay.
Here's a more detailed look at the Generation X. They're called the sandwich generation. Do you ever feel like a sandwich?
Do I feel like Subway?
Do you? I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking about right now. I hope I'm not. I hope not.
Okay.
I hope I'm like, well, go ahead. What?
Okay. So, sandwich generation.
Give me a minute. I almost put my coffee out. Just a second.
So you could either be a foot long or a 6-inch.
I'm a sandwich.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
The term sandwich generation describes individuals who are caught between the needs of their aging parents and their own children, often requiring them to provide financial and emotional support to both.
Well, I don't disagree with that. That's true.
Many Generation Xers are in their 40s and 50s, where they're facing the dual responsibilities of caring for aging parents and raising or supporting their own children. So you're helping with your parents and supporting your children. So you feel like you're in a sandwich.
Okay. Well,
Do you feel like a piece of bread?
no. If I'm going to be a sandwich, I'm going to be the meat, baby.
What kind of meat?
That I would like to. It would be turkey.
If you could be any meat
It's going to be turkey.
that you would be turkey? Like if you could
If I'm
be
eating
a
a
meat.
sandwich. Okay, if I'm eating
No, you're going to be a
Wait,
meat.
listen. If I'm eating a sandwich, it's going to be a turkey
You're going to
sandwich.
eat a turkey. But what would if you
I
could
like turkey for Thanksgiving.
if you could be any kind of meat, what would you be?
Well, I like turkey. I don't know what you're asking me. What would you be then?
I'd be chicken liver. A chicken liver, because not many people would like to.
You know what that chicken liver is gross. You're not gross.
I know, but not many people would want to eat me, and I would get to stay alive. You
Wait.
get it?
No, because
I don't want to be ground beef because a lot of people would.
the ground beef. You'd be a cow.
Oh, I'm about to get off topic. We need to switch.
Okay, go back to okay. I am the meat of that sandwich, but I also understand what you're saying about being like torn
Yeah.
because you're raising your family, and then your parents are getting older, which is it's hard. It really is hard to watch your parents age and having. I'm blessed. God has blessed me so much. My parents are able to take care of themselves, and they're in their mid-70s. But some people our age don't have that privilege, and it's hard on them. I get that.
I get the sandwich thing, but I've not really known that until now. I've not heard of the sandwich. Have you?
No, I have never heard of that. But I'm fine with being the sandwich and the meat of the sandwich.
Well, let's talk about us. meat products. So sandwiches. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not a sandwich. I'm that millennial. So
You're the bread,
well, that stinks.
right? So what kind of bread do you like? Do you like white, wheat, whatever? I don't know.
I like cornbread.
What about Mexican cornbread?
I do like Mexican.
That would be a recipe that you guys need to get.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if I share that. I don't think I can.
Huh.
That's a secret recipe.
Well,
but I might be able to share it.
I want to talk about how we feel at this age. Like, okay, I feel like, wait, I learned something. And I forgot who said it, but it was something about we don't age gradually.
Yes.
It's more of the rapid aging comes like at ages 44 and 60. Was that it?
Hey, right here. It was a friend of ours talked
43
about
to
it
44?
being the age that you age the quickest,
Yes.
or like it was a more rapidly at 44.
Okay.
And then it kind of tapers off.
And then
it's again, but I'm not sure exactly. Did you say
around
60?
60? Yeah. And let me look that up. Hang on. So
Graham.
I feel
Over
that
there.
big
Over there, buddy.
time. I forgot what it was called.
I love you too, Graham.
What ages?
You're a good boy. Go over there.
We age the most.
But I mean, if it's 44, girl, I feel that because I think I did. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not ashamed of my age. I'm 46, and I can see the difference in the last couple of years of
Well,
aging. But we're going to fix that. We're going to use some things that's going to help us.
yeah, we got some product reviews for that. We got a lot of stuff that not so bougie products that I feel like is going to make a turnaround. I feel like people won't even be able to recognize us here in a few minutes. So, a
Maybe
recent
so.
study suggests that humans experience accelerated aging or aging bursts around the ages 44 and 60. Something to do with molecules.
Okay, so
But I don't know all that.
so you're about to hit your burst.
It's already hit. It hit early, premature aging.
It happens.
That's what happened. So, I think I've asked you this before, but if money were not an issue and you could just be selfish, like, and you could change anything about you, like at this age right now,
Well,
like not even necessarily surgery, but if you could say, well, I would like for my hair to be longer or anything like that. I mean, let's be honest. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm just happy. I think I'm not. I'm happy, but I'm just saying if there were things that somebody would say, boom, you could change it. I'd
like
change
you
it.
could like just change
Whatever.
it right then.
What would you change?
Well,
I want our listeners to think about if they could change one thing.
I know, and the last
What would it
couple of
be?
years, I know that I mean, weight gain it happens, mid-40s. For me, what I would like to change would probably be, well, there's can I do like a couple of things?
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot of things I would change probably, but I think my legs would be it because I feel like they're, when you get to a certain age, you have varicose veins. Of course, carrying 3 children, which you know what, it's all worth it because I love those kids with all my heart. But it changes your body. Just being childbirth in general, everything, it just changes your body. And then hitting mid-40s, things change. Things start heading
Going
south. And so there's a lot of things I would change, but I think
pick
like my
legs?
varicose veins in my legs for sure. And I could do some surgery for that. I could.
But if it was magic, like, hey, you're going to change this
Well,
today. I don't know. I don't even have an answer to the question myself. Because there's a
we've
lot.
talked about it before. I think you want me to say something, but I'm not going to. I think you want me to talk about something being a little bit more north than they used to be.
No.
I said they. Like,
as in plural?
more than one. they're yeah. Mm-hmm. And that happens after.
That's really not where I was going.
Okay, I'm just going to drink my coffee. Okay. What would you like to change, Mollie?
I was sitting here thinking, I really don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's so much that I can't really pinpoint.
There's not much. I don't know what you're talking
probably
about.
Need to say it on national television.
I think I would like to be more tone. It just goes. It goes to the fact.
Yeah.
It goes to the fact that we are.
I think I want to be more
at
tone.
the age that we are. Things just shift,
Fall.
and we want.
It's just gravity.
To bring them back.
Thanks, Newton, for all that gravity.
It happens.
Yep. All right. So I guess that could kind of bring us to our product review.
What helped?
Yes.
Some things.
So, like, we just kind of want to do a little product review. That nothing expensive, just something that, like, that we don't like or we really like.
Oh, this is Nick.
So this actually
a chest.
this came from my sister-in-laws. I'll say their names next time if they'll allow it, but I didn't ask their permission. But I'm sure they wouldn't mind. So they actually recommended this. Can you see this? This is Goldbond. This is Goldbond Diabetic Dry Skin Relief Body Lotion. And if you want some good lotion, I don't know, maybe like $8, $9. This is amazing. I'm not diabetic, but
No.
this doesn't make you a diabetic. This
That's not. That's not what makes you diabetic.
Listen what it says.
Sometimes you're born like that.
Diabetics had skin improvement in 1 hour. So if you'd have put this on a little while ago, we'd already noticed right here on camera.
Would it make my skin look
It would make
clear?
it. No,
Would it make it look like I was like in my 20s?
No, moisture.
Okay.
All right, so there's that one. Okay, and then
This one-
let me have the skinny one first.
Okay. This one says neck and chest.
Okay,
So you've been using that?
I have not. Now, I have had some friends that have used this that have said they've really seen a difference. Says 97% had firmer skin in 2 weeks. I think I was the 3%, but my friends were the 97.
Oh.
Because I didn't really, but now I will say I've had 3 people say that they really felt like this area felt younger and looked younger, but I still look like a roaster.
Oh, no. I look like I got like 4 chins.
Well, let me rub it on
okay.
here and see if it
Well,
looks.
maybe I need to put it on there right now. I bet you'll notice.
I bet you'll notice by the time
Oh,
it gets.
look. It looks so much
Wait,
better.
it takes 2 weeks.
Oh, shoot.
Okay.
So here's your other
This
one.
one's great. This one's
Okay.
mediocre for me, but some people say it's good.
But like-
this one,
Okay, go ahead. Talk it.
life changer. This is like pedicure in a bottle right here. Diabetics Dry Skin Relief Foot Cream.
Well, okay, so you sit on your feet, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this: you can use just a normal lotion on your feet, and it'll work wonders. Like it's magic. It doesn't have to be the foot cream. It can be the regular, whatever, just body lotion, and you can put it on your feet, socks.
Yeah.
Next day, beautiful.
Well,
It might not make them look skinnier though.
This is not for skinny feet. This is for those deep fissure cracks in your heels. And I had them. They were terrible. It looked like
No,
concrete cracks.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, and like they get so deep that dirt gets up in them, and you look
What?
skanky
Why you got dirt up in your cracks?
in my feet cracks because I walk around barefooted a lot. We are in Alabama, and that's what I do. Roll
Sweet
Tide.
home Alabama.
So no, I do like all I like all teams. I don't want to say Roll Tide and make anybody go away because I like them all.
No.
But we are from Alabama and we walk barefooted according to everybody else in the United States.
Well,
but I do want to say this.
I don't walk barefooted all the time.
Well,
So that can be a stereotype that we need to like.
okay.
Because I like socks on a lot.
And you put your shoes on when you're ready to go somewhere.
Well, I got my shoes on right now.
Okay.
I like some good tennis shoes. That's for sure.
I
We'll
gotta
talk about that.
I got to talk about this some more.
We'll talk about. There was some reviews about some tennis shoes too.
Okay. I've got to do this some more because
Okay, go ahead.
this, I actually had a friend from school come to me and she said, "Oh my goodness, like, I feel like I could be a foot model now." I was like, I'm telling you, it's amazing. Well, it is so great. And if you're going to try any of these 3 products, I think it's about $9. I would think this is my 3rd one I've gotten.
It's not expensive. I mean,
It is so.
So where do you buy that?
I got it at the Amazon, or you can get it at the Walmarts, the local Walmarts,
Did you say Walmarts?
plural.
That is Alabama right there.
So those
that
are our
is-
reviews for
that's
today.
Zip City talk when you say Walmarts.
Goldbond, diabetic.
So would that be Goldbonds?
Gold bonds. Yeah, because there's 3 of them. Gold bonds.
Oh, obviously. Well, I like that.
So, because we're talking about generations and aging and all that, I feel like that was a good review for this
Yeah.
podcast.
Well, that's for anybody. I think that can be
I mean, not just old people get cracks on
that
their
can
feet.
be. I mean, that's everybody.
yeah.
I mean, even our children that's like in their 20s.
Now, look, when I walk around, people are going to stare at my feet because they're going to be like, does that stuff really work? Well, you ain't going to see any cracks.
You got your slippers on.
Nope, there's no cracks.
Well, we have a lot of stories.
Okay.
I'll talk about one
Okay.
that happened. So, my son came home one night. He came on home one night and he said, "Hey, Mom, I was pulling out of Jack's. I don't know what he got. He might have got a milkshake. He might have got a chicken sandwich, whatever.
He wanted all the boys to come to
I'm
the yard.
sure. No, not that song.
Oh.
But anyway,
He got something at
He
Jack's.
got something to eat at Jack's. He pulled out of Jack's parking lot, and a car pulled up. They threw some things at him. So he was like, "Mom, I got wienered tonight."
You called me and told me he got wienered, and I did not know what that meant.
Well, I didn't either. I was really concerned. I thought, wienered. What does that mean?
My son got wienered.
So I said, what do you mean by wienered? Mm-hmm. He said, well, there was some wieners,
Hot dog wieners.
hot dog wieners, and some bologna. He said the hot dog wieners came in my window, and the bologna landed on my windshield. And I was like, wait, what do you mean by that? He said a car pulled up beside him, threw wieners in his window, and bologna on his windshield.
And when you told me that story, I said,
We
that sounds like
laughed.
so much fun.
So, of course, we think of who can we wiener?
And I think we did it like that night or that next day.
The next day, it didn't take us long.
We
So
wanted to wiener somebody.
someone that we are close to, and he likes to pump gas. He knows who he is.
If you live
So-
around here, you know who he is.
So, we went.
We were like, we're going to wiener somebody because it was really fun.
We grabbed
Oh,
some
let me
things. Grab those right there. And before,
we put these on.
hang on, let me take these glasses off because, I'm old, so I got to take these glasses off. Gosh. And we didn't have to have these glasses for this, but
No, but we took a ride.
there was some stuff. And we had these. That's wonderful. And we pulled up.
These are terrible.
We pulled up the gas station. Let me see those. Right And we weinered our friend. Well,
Shoot.
no,
This
Graham.
is so fun.
Okay, you can cut that.
Dude,
Christian.
I want to throw it really hard.
Graham.
It's fine.
It's stuck right here. What in the world?
I'm crying.
You hit me in the face. Did you see that? It was like in my hair.
Oh, there's some more. He's gonna vomit.
And then,
Okay, yeah, he's
Well-
gonna vomit.
well, shoot. I think we ended that, right?
Yeah.
With the well, shoot.
Do we end it with the well shoot? Okay, well shoot. We gotta end it there.
I think I already said it. Didn't we say it?
Yeah, we did.